You're good. Thank you, thank you. As I was saying, as we conclude to night show, that we need to start rebuilding another society. We need to start viewing ourselves and also others as worth people to live this life, because there is no other life that we are waiting. And that is wound number 3. And wound number 4 that people are going through, their financial wounds. There are guys in this life, they are struggling financially. And you see, this life without money, it's hard. Actually, wanasemanga pesa ni sabuni ya roho. Without money, there are guys that they're feeling they cannot meet their bills. They cannot pay their bills. And you cannot be, you cannot be emotionally stable when you are struggling to meet your bills. Those two things go hand in hand. The moment that like at the end of the month, you have not, you have no coin, you have no, the language of a tenant and a landlord, it is rent. When you don't have school fee, because the language between a head teacher and a and a parent, it's school fee. When you cannot meet those bills, there are guys who, and you see, the moments when you find you're empty in your pockets, it sometimes it can drive to be empty in your heart. You get those guys, they can do anything, they can shout, they're negative towards everything. They're like, akiona gari kikimbia sana, anashino inakimbia ikienda wapi. Akiona juu imechomoka, anashino imechomoka ni do, because they think everything that is happening, okay, it is, it has taken their place in terms of financial. And there are guys who, they're really struggling. They're really, you find them, they're okay, but within them financially, and financial wounds are very strong, and they're very bitter, and they're very strong to people. When you are there as a man, honestly, I cannot provide for my family. Honestly, this month and my family, sijui venye tutapelekana. I'm telling you, this is a place where that we also need to redefine how to come through for our friends. This is a place where we need to keep checking on our friends. And sometimes also when we talk about financial wounds, they could come because of 3 things. Number 1, because of mismanagement of what God have given us earlier. And this we always tell people, that in the days of, when in good days of your life, please remember those bad days that are going to happen in your life financially, so that you know how to go about it. Number 2, always think about the worst scenario. What could you do if this happened? If today you find yourself, and also we need to think on building our life beyond the material things. Because remember, all those wounds I have talked about, they are based on number 4, the wounds about finances. Guys, that's why you find nowadays people do anything to get money. Brothers will kill one another because of money. Colleagues are going to plot how their brother or one of their colleagues will be fired. People are thinking evil only because of money. People want to live big, and they don't want to work big. And also there are people who are working, and whatever they are working is not commensurate to what they are getting. And they feel like, no, kwani kunaenda gaje. Do you know there are people in this life, they can make you like probably you're not either a human being enough. Because you're like, tulisoma na tulienda shule na primo, seko tumeenda na probably hata tumetoka hood moja, ocha. And with no time, ile mashinani nayo unashindwa kwani the guys who will make you feel like, hey, I think we are not in the same league. And because of that, what you'll start doing, you start now pushing yourself. You start looking at yourself, where did I mess? I remember a brother of mine was telling me yesterday that they had a scenario where, I'm there, an old man was riding on a bike with his son, and along the way they were passed by a colleague of them there who they were working with, and he was driving a big machine, and the son asked the father, kwani mzee akipata gari mlikuwa mnafanya na ulikuwa wapi? Sasa tunaenda na Nduthi. You see, that's a place where you're like, man, okay, yeah, it's make a lot of sense. But there are people also, when you talk about the financial wounds, there are people who have corrupted the system. And they have corrupted the system to look like that is the way things should be working. And if you're not on their side, then you find and you feel like you're a loser. And tonight, as we talk about financial wounds, and I know we'll be able to continue from here because I want to post there so that you can be able to digest on those wounds and how well we can be able to expose those wounds so that you can be able to get healing. How we can be able to speak out and say, man, I'm struggling financially. I cannot continue living a room or a house I'm paying 20,000 and my salary is 40,000. I need to readjust and be able to move to a place where I can be able to, comfortably pay, even if it's 5,000. Because said and done, whether you paying your rent 400,000 and someone else is paying 2,000, at the end of the day, giza ikiingia, they become accommodation. Whether minta kula kuku utakula githeri, all of them, that is food. The stomach does not, choose like, their place for us to be able to heal out of these wounds. Now, more so when you talk about financial, is a place of readjusting and being real to yourself. Penye unataka mkutano unasema, if I'm earning 30,000, I don't have to take my kid to a school where I'm paying 10,000 and you have 3 kids. It's like you cannot. You're living on begging. You're living on debts. And basically, because I know we'll be able to sit here and discuss, you'll never meet your current, your recurrent expenditure through debts. If you're in that scenario that unaomba chakula ya food, unaomba do ya food, unaomba do ya rent, unaomba do ya school fees, those are recurrent. You cannot survive. Eventually uta burn out na utajificha tu kwa hivi kwa madeni. Kuna place utaomba ifike mwisho, na hapo ndio reality itakuhit. Hiyo kindono itakuwa imefika place hauwezi ikava tena. Lazima utaji-expose, lazima wase watajua umze amefika place. And that you find guys are getting a place and they're committing suicide because walificha hiyo kidonda, wameifunikia tu hivi, inaendelea tu kuswell, inaendelea tu inafika place huwezi ificha tena. By the time una expose yourself, amen, you have messed so much. I hope guys are going to hear this message tonight and be able to say, I need to sit down and readjust my life. Accept where you are. The first place of correcting your mess is accepting I have a mess. Awezi endelea kuikava na uexpect that utapona. Awezi pretend umeenda kwa family gathering na unataka kuwapreachia na unajua these guys have been talking behind your back. Kuna place itafika utafanya tu kitu watu washangae. Kwani amefanya kazi yake hivyo? Because umeihold, imefika place you can't hold anymore. Na uta-explode. Before tufike hizo levels za ku-explode, before tufanyanga sana sema ina tuko tunajua naweza fanya hivi, before we get that place, ini kinora tu imefunikwa. What we are saying, our message tonight is, and as we continue talking about this, we must get to a place and say enough is enough. I'm tired of faking. I'm tired of living a life that is not mine, and I want to stand and face the elephant in the room, and this is my own, and I want to expose it. May God help us. I know there is one on we're going to look next week, and also looking at ways how we can be able to heal ourselves and how we can be able to expose ourselves and creating a safe place where we can be able, because that wound, you cannot keep exposing it to every environment. You must know where you're exposing it, and we'll be able to look into that. And I pray over this week, before we meet next week on Thursday, that we'll be able to have a time and reflect and see, what are these wounds that you're holding? What are these wounds that you have? And how well can you start accepting to expose them? May God help us to heal. Thank you so much. God bless you. Looking forward to see you next week on Thursday. Same time, same place. Keep sharing. Keep tagging our friends. They need this message. God bless you. And we love you so much here at The Well Show. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I could not access comments. Let me see what people are saying. Okay. Thank you, Maggie. Wow. True, it's a good one. Rhoda, thank you. God bless you. Hey, thank you, my Reverend Winnie Mama. God bless you. I can see you here. This is amazing. Like it. Thank you so much for your comments. Keep bringing them, keep sharing, and I know we are building one another. I'm trying to get the earlier show and see what were the comments. But I know you guys, thank you. Thank you guys. This is great. This is great. Okay. God bless you. See you next week. Same place.